Hey everyone, I'm here with Luana, one of our very talented email designers from the Beefree team, and today we're going to tackle a question that I've had for a long time. Can you actually build advanced, professional-looking emails without code?
So, short answer, yes. Long answer, let me show you.
All right, so where does this idea even come from, that drag and drop builders equals basic?
It goes way back. So, people used to think there were two options: fancy, beautiful emails that made custom HTML, usually from a developer. Instead, simple, functional emails that was drag and drop, fast but kind of boring.
Yeah, like if I wanted custom fonts, for example, or a cool layout, it felt out of reach unless I had a developer.
Yeah, exactly. But tools like Beefree have completely changed that. Let's go through a few examples together to show you what I mean.
Okay, first let's talk about background images. So a lot of people still think you need custom code to make background images work in email, but that's simply not true anymore, right, Luana?
In Beefree, anyone can add background images in just few clicks. No coding needed. Whether it's just a branded texture, pattern, or a full width photo, it's simple to drop it in and adjust the spacing. And yes, it renders correctly across devices and email clients, including the tricky ones. Let's start with this email. So this email contains a background image that is in this case a photographic background image that is applied to the content area and it's fit to background. We are using a title, a paragraph, and a CTA on top. And at the bottom, as you can see, to make this extra space, we are using a spacer. As you can notice, on mobile, everything renders perfectly and correctly. We are just reduced the height of the spacer to make this design. The second option that I want to share with you is this one. This one has the same usage of the previous email, so we are using the background image for the hero section. But in this case, it's not a photographic background image, but it's a gradient. Also in this case, as you can see on mobile, everything renders perfectly. The third option is this one. This one contains a background image that has the usage of the texture. So as you can see on top on the header, we have this texture here that is used as background image. We have the same usage in another section of the same email that gives this section an extra layer of design. In the same email, we have also the usage of the background image as photographic one, with the usage of the extra spacer to give this extra space to the top. So now let's move on a complex use case. I'm showing you this section, and I'm sure that you are thinking that this is completely coded by a developer. But I am surprising you that this is completely made on Beefree, and I'm gonna show you how. So to achieve the design, we need to use the background image with the content area padding feature and the curved rounded corners. So let's build this row together. First thing, let's add a 2, row section here. Now let's add the row background image to the entire row. Here we need to pay attention because we need to set the image in the right way. We need to leave some blank space to the left of the image. Let's use this image. As you can see, we have a left blank space that can help us to achieve the design. Let's place this. Let's apply the image to the content area and let's center it. Now let's move on designing. Let's add a spacer on the right column. Now let's build the left column. First thing, let's set the colors of the left column background. Let's set this to black. Now let's move on setting some paddings. Let's add the curved rounded corners to 20. And now let's set also the content area padding. Let's say 50. Now we need to move on adding the title, the paragraph, and a CTA. Let's update a little bit the styles. So let's say 24 pixels. Let's align this to the left. Let's remove some padding since we added the padding on the entire column. Let's update also the paragraph. And let's update also the CTA colors and styles. Let's remove the right and left alignment. And that's it. As you can see, we made this section in probably less than a minute together. Let's focus on the mobile style of this row. Because in this moment, if you notice, the mobile style of this row is not rendering properly. So what we need to do is to make some tweaks for this style. What we need to do here is to hide this row for mobile and create a separate section just for mobile. So let's duplicate this section. Let's hide the first one on mobile and let's hide the second one on desktop. Let's move on mobile design. So first thing is that we need to change the background image. So now we need to pay attention to use a background image that doesn't contain the left blank space that we used for desktop styles. So let's use this one instead. Now we need to stack the order on mobile. Since we have the spacer on the right column, let's increase a little bit the height of the spacer and let's adjust a little bit the content area padding, the right and left content area padding of the column. And that's it. So for mobile, we are going to have this section. Instead, for desktop, we are going to have this section.